3, 2. Some beating, some banging, and definitely some mad tempers we expect here tonight on this Tuesday night here for PRCS. Good evening, I'm Alexander Ned, live with Will. We are bringing you flag-to-flag coverage of tonight's premier event at no other than NASCAR's oldest track, Martinsville Speedway. The paperclip known to have shaken some feathers along the years, and I'm sure we'll see some angry drivers here tonight, Will. Will, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, what's cracking, Liz? Yeah, last night actually we had a couple guys. We're not gonna mention their names. We don't like to throw nobody in the fire or nothing. But actually cost another guy the actual race last night, who was pretty dominant throughout 3 stages of the race. And we had a couple guys wrestling incidents in the back that got caught up in. Let's hope we don't see none of that tonight. As you know, these guys are more skilled athletes than the lower series Xfinity guys are.
But the thing is, here, you have a problem with somebody from last night. You're not going to get away from them here at Martinsville. It's just a half-mile race track. Sooner or later, you're going to see that guy in your rearview mirror.
Yeah, you're right about that. You can't run and hide, that's for sure. But luckily, it was none of the Cup guys that were having the on-track top rope, belly-to-back drop kicks or nothing like that. So we'll probably see a pretty good race going on tonight, Alex.
So 50% here, going to be 250 laps. We're going to be in it for the long haul, but a lap here clicks off at about 19 seconds. So these guys will be running 4 laps a minute, practically. 3 laps a minute. I cannot do math. Excuse me. It's really tiring. Here on a Tuesday night. Hopefully these guys, they're going to need all their skills for them if they're going to do 250 laps here at Martinsville. Let's go ahead and get us started here with our quick race settings. Going to give a shout out to Ryan Blaney, winner of the Monster Energy Cup Series race at Talladega just yesterday. Had a pretty good performance after spinning through stage 1 and wheel hopping. Came back.
Yeah, actually he's a hometown guy here. He was born in Ohio, but he was actually raised here in High Point, North Carolina. So that's my hometown.
Saw an interesting stat there that Dave Blaney's last win in any type of national league for NASCAR was October 13th, 2006 at Charlotte. And the race started on October 13th. It officially finished on the 14th, obviously, with that rain delay. But it started on October 13th. 13 years to the day, Ryan Blaney would take the checkered flag as well. So sometimes it's pretty cool to see how that would happen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That was a heck of a finish, though. Especially Brandon Gong. He went on a heck of a ride in that 62 car.
My, oh my, he did. And it was – what I liked about NBC's coverage yesterday was the fact that we were on board so much, and it truly captured how easily you can go from leading to upside down. Brendan Gaughan was leading. He was leading for a split second. He was in front, and then all of a sudden his world literally got turned upside down. We were riding along with Joey Logano, had a great car all day. All of a sudden he was sideways. Like, it's just crazy and insane how fast things happen here at Talladega and how fast things are going to happen here at Martinsville. Going to give you today's quick race settings brought to you by Ronin Imports. Again, these guys are all on expert level difficulty. These are custom race setups, so we expect these guys to try and get a little bit out of their cars more than what we would see in default or regular lobby racing. These guys are going to be asking a lot out of these machines. Can they survive 250 miles at Martinsville? Again, transmission, we expect all these guys going to be perhaps used on, what do you call it? Perhaps on manual, I don't believe. Any of this stuff is just going to be offline. But the custom race setting, like I said, it's definitely going to be 105. Damage is on here tonight, and that's something that's going to be new because with the bigger racetracks that we go to, you can get away from one another. Martinsville with a 20-car field, I'm not sure, but it's been close to, 14, 16, 18, definitely higher up than, the 10 to 8 that most leagues have. you're going to find yourself around people. You're going to have contact with the wall. You're definitely going to need to keep all 4 fenders on it, or you're going to pay with the form of damage on pit road.
Yeah, and damage on these cars actually costs you time. I mean, you can get it fixed repetitively, but it just costs seconds after seconds on unneeded time on pit road. And a lap around here, these guys are actually qualifying sub 1,800 laps, 18-second laps. They're actually going to be, race pace is going to be around 19.1, 19.2s, probably falling off to about 19.6, 19.7. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see if these guys can keep these cars up under them for the long green run.
And if you have trouble on the racetrack and you don't trigger the yellow flag, not only are you going to be limping around a racetrack beyond that 20-second lap counter, but if you go down pit road, you're not going to go just 1 lap down. You're going to go 2 under green.
Yeah, last night we actually parked 4 or 5 on the front stretch and didn't even bring out a caution. And we've had incidents last night where 2 cars got together and 1 spun around but saved it and a caution come out. So heat 4, the caution situation is a little touchy, but let's not hope somebody gets caught in one of those non-cautions that messes up their race. Fluffy, he had a hot rod last night. He was actually winning the 3rd stage. He won every stage, I believe, but coming down to the end there, he got in an on-track incident not involving him, and it took the win away from him. So I'm looking for that 17 car tonight to come out fire steam like he had last night.
He's got a head of steam, and he's got a great view of it. He'll be starting from the pole from the last lap of last week to the first lap of this week. Fluffy up front, having a great day in that Roush Fenway Ford Mustang. Again, these guys are going to be running full damage, a story that we'll be keeping an eye on, as well as the probability of a yellow flag. Do on-track incidents, will they trigger the yellow flag in game? That's something that we'll definitely be keeping an eye on throughout the entire race. 50% the race length, tire wear, and fuel consumption. Don't think tires going to play as much as a factor as we've seen them lately in other races, but still, you don't want to abuse that right front. It could send you out to the outside wall. You could perhaps melt the bead. And here, new for NASCAR Heat 4, you blow a tire, you actually get damage. So fixing that damage on pit road is going to cost you 4 seconds in the form of a blown tire. So that's something that these guys will need to keep an eye out there on the race cars as well.
And don't let that fool you, though. That tire wear is extensive at friggin' Martinsville.
Oh yeah.
And
once you get about 20 to 25% off of them, you have a lot of the cars coming off the corner snapping loose, stacking the field up. So it can get a little suspect at times.
All right, so there you have it there from the competitors themselves. Martinsville known to chew up a lot of tires. That's something that these guys will have to consider, as we do have usually that long green flag run, perhaps in Stage 2 or late in Stage 3 that we usually get here at Martinsville. All right, guys, so we're just a couple of minutes from getting an invite. I have not gotten an invite yet. So let's go ahead and put this baby on the racetrack here while we await to a virtual lap around Martinsville Speedway. It's not going to take that much time. The Real Cup Series heads here in 2 weeks, and it'll be the first track of the round of 8. And you winning here could punch your ticket to Homestead here. Last time in the spring, Keselowski dominated. That was 400 and I believe 12 laps he led out of the 500 run there. Chase Elliott there, pretty good, giving him a run for his money, but ultimately did not get around. And they are both going to need some help getting to that round of 8 here after their troubles respectively at Talladega. Let's give you a virtual lap here around Martinsville Speedway.
I was about to say I'm doing some last-minute preparation.
No problem. Go ahead. See where I'm going to go. So, Ryan Blaney's fresh win from Talladega. Put him on the paperclip here at Martinsville Speedway. Get this baby up to speed. Now, again, I mentioned that this is NASCAR's oldest track. First put onto the schedule back in 1949. That's over 60 years. This racetrack, which has not changed since NASCAR first started coming. You can see the name. And I was just kidding. I am not quite sure. Is this going to be a night race? That would be actually quite cool. I do have the night race option. Sorry guys, I'm talking to some people. Trying to get this race on board for you.
Yeah, as long as you have the night.
If you pre-ordered NASCAR Heat 4, it should have done it. And I do have that night race option.
Woo! Ran into Dark West.
We'll have its first ever night race next year, fall of 2020. That should make it really exciting.
Yeah,
Looks like we just got the invites out. Just a quick look, a lap around here. These guys are really going to be trying to dive into the corner. The bottom lane is going to be the preferred lane. Try not to hit that curve as we exit turn 2 and 4. You see the car get loose, and if you overcorrect, wow, just like that. It's so easy to overcorrect. Have an issue there out of turn 2 down the backstretch, and I get piled into by Martin Truex Jr. So that is something that these guys will have to try and make sure, they don't do. I just damaged my primary car. Let's leave the driving to the professionals and get you out on the track. I have not been able to, just out of character for a second. I don't know what I do, but maybe I need to adjust my settings. But it seems like if I get loose and I overcorrect, that outside wall is my best friend. I don't know how to not overcorrect and it do that. What you saw just there, live for everybody to see.
There's a couple things you can do. Lower your left rear jack bar. Raise your right front tire pressure. Send me an invite, please.
Oh, you don't got an invite?
Nope.
No snap.
Man. I just join us through the party screen.
I just entered. Yeah, I did not. I was not able to send one. Did they send multiple ones? I always say just in case. In case.
Slade and Voltage sent one. Do you not have one at all, really?
No, I didn't.
He's already entered. All right, can you not go through the party up top? Join.
I'm getting ready to go.
But we're actually broadcasting a race, Kyle. Oh, yeah, I should have set it to private, man. That's my fault. All right, we'll see a little bit later.
All right. I believe we're about to get the green flag here. Yes. Ronin Imports 500 at Martinsville is green. Keep in mind, this is everyone's first time here at Martinsville in NASCAR 3, including us in the booth. So we're going to try and give you the best coverage we can. That's not going to be easy with 17 cars on the racetrack. Meanwhile, the 17 car gets a good jump in front of the 11 Celtics fan. Here comes the 4 BC Racer kid.
Out.
Do we have some people backing out? I don't see anybody backing out.
Well, maybe I'm backed up. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, multiplayer error. But I can go in now and I can get red leg and then we're good.
All right. See the front 5 trying to get themselves single file. And you see how easy it is to overdrive the corner. The 95 Bear did that. Here comes Slade taking a look underneath. And again, the inside line preferred move here at Martinsville. They'll take a look. Oh, just jumped the curb right there. It's so easy to do. You're going to see guys do that all race long. And once they get out of shape, you better hope you don't have a car to the outside. He got away with it this time. See the 22 car follow suit up the racetrack. The 1 car's going to try and take advantage of that. 21 is Slade able to get the position in front of the 95 who hits that apron and sends that car up the racetrack. See a little bit of damage it looked like on the 1 car already. 1 second, 2 seconds under green. That is going to be a lot of time lost on the racetrack. Under yellow, not so much. Following the 2 car, Jay Hyper here. I mentioned Keselowski won this race back in the fall. The 2 car trying to return back to victory lane here. Jay Hyper piloting that machine. Great paint scheme. There's a battle there just inside the top 10. Battle for ninth. That's Mike RPM taking a look underneath the 22. A Diesel, I believe. He'll take the position. 43 up a spot. Get in touch with our leader there, Fluffy, having a great day so far. And what makes this racetrack so interesting here is that not only do you click off a lap at 20 seconds, but midway through 10, 12 laps here, you could be catching the back end of the field. Now, with 43 cars, that's definitely a lot faster than with 20 cars, so I don't expect to see the 17 car get to the back of the pack here very soon, but he is flying, and if these guys that are in the back of the pack don't get settled soon, we're going to see a number of drivers start to go a lap down.
Yeah, you can definitely go a lap down quick around here, and if you got a really good race car, you may be able to get it back, but I just don't see that happen. This caliber of guys out here.
There are a number of ways to get a lap back here in the Monster Energy Cup Series. You can take the wave around, you can get the Lucky Dog award, but 2 laps down, that's when it starts to get difficult. That's when you're going to need some luck on your side. Pitting under green will definitely put you 2 laps down, perhaps even 3. It's very easy to get behind here at Martinsville because you can find trouble anywhere. There is no safe spot on this racetrack.
No, it looks a little loose on corner exit.
You see Bear almost half a straightaway in front of the Celtics fan who gets loose off the corner. Saw that. Just out of the corner Y. And the 21 car we're hearing just hit the inside wall. 95 car Bear. He's running along the 4th position. The 4-car PC Racer Kid in 3rd. And the battle is on for 5th on back. Wow, you see how loose the 21 car is. And that's pretty early in a run to be having those type of issues, don't you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like he's wandering around blindfolded looking for somewhere to crash.
Yeah, he overdrove the corner right there. Let's keep an eye on this battle. Let's try to find out some of these guys that are in it.
Fluffy has checked out. He's got over a complete straightaway. He's dipping off into turn 4 as these guys, turn 2 as these guys, 3 as these guys are coming out of 2.
Oh, see Workman give 21. A good hit to the 21 car trying to get to the inside. Don't know if the 21's going to appreciate that. And those are the minor, perhaps, occurrences that, you know, one track, a mile and a half track, even a 2-mile racetrack, you'd let go. Here at Martinsville, maybe not so much. You remember that later on. See the 21 car actually using that outside line. Oh, he came down right there. Gave Workman a shot. Don't know if he meant to do that or if that car has been loose. We've seen that car loose off the corner. Now he'll ride way up high in turn 2. Workman will work the spot, and now he's under pressure. The 21, that is, from the 43 looking underneath. 21 of Slade really needs to minimize the bleeding here as he continues to fall. Now almost outside the top 10.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the pack.
22 out of shape there on the back stretch.
Yeah, as the 24 goes and moves him up the track.
Handling issues on that 21.
Last couple races. I look to see that 24 car make his way up to the front here tonight.
Some of these guys are in the back of the pack. Now we're keeping an eye on because you see just lurking in the background, it's Justin Mons in last place, and he sees a mirror full of that 17 car getting ever so closer every lap.
Yeah, I think he got the line down here. I mean, he is just flying.
Oh, the 11 is Celtics fan into the inside wall out of 4. He'll lose a ton of positions. He was running up in the 2nd position not so long ago. Celtics fan outside the top 10.
Yeah, I think Fluffy, he's just running qualifying lap after qualifying lap. He has absolutely no pressure. He's just hitting his marks, cashing his checks lap by lap here.
Joe is having a good run so far. You mentioned in that 24 machine. Don't know where he started, but he's worked his way now to the inside of the 22 car. He'll get that position there, and has set his sights now on the 43. Meanwhile, the 21 car is fighting back. He's gotten around the 43 car. That was not the case a couple of laps ago, but...
Oh, Celtics in the wall again, inside wall.
Handling issues we mentioned could play a factor toward the end of this one. Meanwhile, the first car that's going to go a lap down is going to be Justin Mons in that 9 machine. You see him give way to the 17, and the 19 of Voltage is on pit road. This is early, is it not?
Yeah, he might have a handling race car, and he's probably trying to fix it before it gets too bad off and he gets too far behind. He's got plenty of racing to go yet.
He does, but right now what he doesn't need is a yellow flag. So put Voltage all the way back in last, and he'll lose at least 2 laps. We mentioned that already under green. The 19 car, Voltage, comes to get service, an ill-handling race car for that Toyota Camry. Meanwhile, now the battle for the first car 1 lap down is going to heat up. You see the 18 car being put a lap down. The 88 car rides the wall. That's JRM Keffer in that machine. Fluffy putting him down and mowing him down. That's 2 cars he's put a lap down. He'll take 3 as he looks into turn 1. Oh, he hits the curb right there.
Yeah, that 88 car is still staying strong on the outside there. Fluffy, it's over. It's all over with but the crown. He's just making his way up through the back. Looks like his next victim is going to be AJ.
The 11 Celtics fan is now on pit road as well. Damage on that machine. And another ill-handling Joe Gibbs racing machine on pit road here early. Now this should be enough to let them go to the end of the stage. In fact, I'm not quite sure. And let's keep in mind with our live view, guys, that with the 88 car, J.R.M. Keffer, he is a lap down. So whatever the lap count he has, you need to take a lap away from that to make sure that we are consistently on the race pace for the leader. That is until he gets his lap back. The 10 car also put on pit road.
Red light. I'm not going to lie, Fluffy was fine last night, but I am a bit surprised that he's already lapped so many guys. I don't know what happened. Maybe everybody was a little too patient on the start. But he is really putting on a clinic this evening.
Got another car down pit road, I believe. I don't know who that was. Let's keep an eye. The 18 is on pit road, so most of Joe Gibbs Racing has decided to pit. And these are all green flag pit stops occurring right now. The 1 car's on pit road as well as the 10. So running order is going to be really hard to describe to you. The 21 car also service complete on that machine. DWH now on pit road. You see Jay Hyper make the left turn off the racetrack into the attention of his crew. The leader, who we can try and get back to, on the exit of turn 2, right in front. These guys that are all in front of him are fighting to stay on the lead lap. Now you see the 43, the 20, and the 24, as well as BC Racer Kid. Racer Kid was inside the top 10. We know that, and Fluffy's already put him a lap down. What you really don't want right now is a caution. All these guys will be multiple laps down.
Yeah, I believe we do have the complete field actually on pit road or already took pit road, except for we have the 88 car that's still out here making laps. He's making them slow, but you know as good as I do, if he can wind up making this thing, draw out to the end of stage 1, he will be the victor of stage 1.
Yeah, he's running 5th currently.
We got AJ coming on the inside. He's about to be the leader though.
Yes, but he will need to make a pit stop here, and we know who has been mowing him down. I couldn't tell you perhaps who is behind him right now, but the 17 car, we ride along with him to the service of his pit stop there. 4-tire Sunoco fuel. Can't imagine him making any adjustments needed on this race car. It's been so fast, so dominating, so early here at Martinsville. He'll just need to keep up with the race track. Service complete, no penalty assessed to that 17 machine, and he is off and away back into traffic, and everybody back trying to get away from the 17 car, who continues to try and put cars a lap down. He set his sights on the 20.
Has yet to hit pit road yet, guys. He's got to be the leader by now.
He's second right now, currently.
That means there's another guy in front of him. You see C. Workman off the corner. And what's crazy about the race pace being set by the 17 car is these guys are having good race cars. To see the 3C Workman, the 11X Celtics fan, these guys were having great runs. That just goes to show how dominant this 17 car is right now. 20 car gets put a lap down.
I'm not sure. Did anybody see the 95 car hit pit road, or is the 95 car a leader until he pits?
I thought I saw him come in, but
I believe the 95 did pit.
Well, somebody's got to be the leader, and it ain't me.
We know the 88 car, JRM Keffer, has not pitted yet. And that's kind of odd, don't you think? Because you have got to be losing time, right?
Oh, I hate to see that. The 24 car, he's really, I mean, we've seen him week after week have speed. He's actually a pro leader for Hendrick Motorsports or Hendrick Esports, but you really hate to see it when a guy just 3 wides that drives it off down in there, especially mid-stage 1. It's a long race.
He did get to the inside of the 13 car, but keep in mind, race car drivers' memories are longer than elephants.
Yeah, they never forget.
And like you were saying earlier, there's definitely nowhere to hide on this racetrack tonight. That's for sure. They'll definitely be around each other a few more times before this thing's over with.
He's a 4-car PRC racer. And JRM Keffer, he could be playing the long game. He's letting people go. Do you think maybe he's not going to pit? Maybe stretch this out?
Looks like, who's in the 13?
13th on pit road.
Galen just hit pit road.
Okay, so now watch Keffer's timer.
Keffer is now the leader.
Okay, so it was the 13 of Galen that didn't pit. But as y'all know, guys, if he cannot make it, this will come back to shoot him because, you know, he's definitely way off the pace, 2-3 seconds a lap as of right now. So
well, he's made his bed. He's got to lay in it now. You see him hit the outside wall, and these guys, these are all important because we're showing to the 17 car a lap down, but these guys are all 2 laps down. So if the caution does come out, JRM Keffer would get the benefit of being the leader, but the rest of the field, that's 2 laps that you're not going to be able to make that up on the racetrack there unless you're perhaps the 17 car. All these guys need to get their lap back, and you see the 17 car, he's actually worked his way up in position. I believe this is a pass for the lead. I think the 17 car.
His lap back.
Was that just getting his lap back?
No,
oh, okay.
He is now, he's the leader because Keffer's now second.
Oh, okay.
No, see, yeah, that's what I thought. The 17 car putting.
He's already left. He's already left on the track then by not pitting. So, like you said.
But these guys that are behind the 88, right now, they need to pass them because they are all going to be 1 lap down. And unfortunately, I guess you could say that kind of caps it because. Oh, into the wall! The 88 car rides the wall in turn 1. JRM Keffer handling issues continue on that 88 Bowman machine. Can he limp it around to the end of stage 1?
How many more laps they got red leg to the end of stage 2?
Not on the lap count.
Keffer, can you pop it up on the lap counter for us, boss? As the 18 ducks off the inside. J-Mon's in the 9 car. You see him patiently waiting out there in the high line.
A lot of damage already to the 18 already. The 11X Celtics fan is back in, and I don't know why unless he's out of the race. Keep an eye on it just to see if he gets back. But Celtics fan, who showed promise early in this race, now could perhaps be DNF, and I don't see him returning back to the racetrack.
I'm telling you, Fluffy's got that number 17, Sonny D. He's got that car on rails.
Yeah, this is the field wants a caution because they don't want more cars being put a lap down. You see a couple of bow ties right in front of the 17 car. They could block the racetrack, but that's not going to be enough to deter the rage and rampage set by that 17 machine.
He is definitely on one, guys. He might put the field 34 laps down if this thing doesn't. How do you think he feels? How do you think he feels inside of that car? You guys, I've never had a car so dominant Last week I put the whole field in a different league. I'm not going to mention no league.
Oh, he got into the seat.
I had 4 laps down in the cup race. So I know he feels his chest is poked out in that driver's seat right now. He might have to loosen them belts up a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's got that car on cruise control right now.
I don't even have a stat to tell you what the largest margin of victory ever was for a NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series race, but it's definitely got to be.
Place car about to go a lap down right now as we speak. Alex says Fluffy's he's just biding his time riding behind that. That's 24. Whew.
You see the 9 of Justin Mons onto pit road. Something I missed there. That'll be multiple laps down for Justin.
And I think Celtics fan did lag out of the race, Alex and Red. He's definitely been on pit road a few laps now. So
well, yeah, he's definitely going to be out. Jobs trying to keep that 17 car at bay, but that's easier said than done.
I tell you, Keffer is sticking with this strategy of running it to the end. I mean, he's still running second, but I mean, he is out there on almost bald tires. I'll tell you that much by now.
Yeah, oh, you see his three of Workman trying to work his way in front of the 17, and this is the battle not only to get on the lead lap, but a battle to get the free pass. Right now it belongs to the 3 of C. Workman. Justin Mons gets out in front.
If he can keep that 3 car just hooked on the back of that 17 car, and just make every pass that Fluffy makes, that he'll retain the lucky dog.
He got into him, and he'll get his lap back, trying to fight for it back the natural way here, staying in front of the leader.
Take a look on the outside.
The 88 car, JRM Keffer, is he still a lap down? Is he still in second place?
No, he's currently running 6th.
All right. So that means just 5 cars are on it. You see C. Workman now get his position back.
Now he's back to 7th.
Wow.
See how many
Workman got around the 17 car.
Here comes Fluffy around the 88 Keffer.
Keffer now going to be scored 1 lap down. And the 1 car's going to get past him. That strategy is not going to work out. You see him ride the wall, and unfortunately, it might have been a saving grace if he was the first car 1 lap down. He wasn't. The 1 car now holds that position.
Maybe he was hoping for a caution.
I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen a caution yet tonight, guys. But, yeah, he definitely – I don't think he'll be turning stage 2 into a 1-stopper. I think everybody sat there and watched him. And,
whoa, the 95 car around off of turn 4. He'll hit the inside wall, and Bear goes a lap down. Jobs now under pressure from the 17 car. Workman trying to get away.
Oh, the 22
Yellow.
Is
Yellow is out. The 22 is hard into the outside wall at turn 3. Wow, you see him on the pit road right there. That was violent. The computer gains control of the rest of the field, and that places us under caution here for the first time today. How many laps to go in this stage there, Red? If you can see, see with JRM Keffer.
Right
yeah, he's got a click to it. Man, oh man, is Fluffy not put on a show tonight, guys. Nobody has nothing for the 17 car.
That's true. Caution going to be a big break, I believe, for the 24 car. He'll get his lap back.
I've never seen a cup race here at midnight with one guy being also dominant as that 17 car did tonight. That's
the 17, the 2, the 4, the 21, and the 3. Those are the only cars on the lead lap. Green flag is back out. We believe stage 1 is coming to a close.
64 laps remaining.
Stage 1.
This must be stage 2, so that must be.
Yeah, that would have been stage end.
That must have been the end of stage.
Yeah.
Stage 1, and we do know that the 17 car definitely did win that. Only 5 cars by my count are on the lead lap. Workman, the 21, the 4, the 2, and the 17. Everyone else is a lap down.
Yeah, the 88 is the first car 1 lap down.
So he's the lucky dog right now.
He is. And the 24 car, where you see him in the back of the pack, he got the free pass. So, excuse me, there are 6 cars on the lead pack, but because he was the lucky dog, the last caution, you must restart in the back at the tail end of the longest line. Yep, and so that puts him half a lap down already, and he doesn't need to go another lap down again.
Oh, Hyper's trying to give it everything he's got, man. He's trying to keep Fluffy within a quarter lap behind him. Looks like he's got a pretty good car. It don't seem like it lasts as long as some of these other cars tonight.
And look at that battle. I'll tell you who's probably the biggest fan of the 3 car there. Probably that 24, because the 3 car, C. Workman, he didn't give up in trying to go a lap down. He fought Fluffy and won. And when that caution or stage break happened, he was in front of the 17 car that allowed the 24 car to get the pass. So Workman not giving up despite the speed we've seen out of that fashionable Ford Mustang.
Yeah, that 24 car, he's setting sail right now. He ain't letting nobody hold him back. He's mired up in traffic, but he's coming. That'll be the 3rd week in a row that the 24 car of Joe's has had something with these guys. Actually a Pro League driver as well. He actually, little footnote, last week in the Pro League race at Homestead, he actually got everybody.
Yellow flag is out there.
Down.
So our second caution is out for the day. Don't know what set that off. Go to the back of the pack and see. Somebody
I think the first caution was stage in.
The first caution was the stage in. Okay, so nobody. We did see the 22 car ride the wall right there, but perhaps a good time. This is a in-game caution for something on the track. This is going to give, I believe, the 88. He was the first car lap down, perhaps?
Yes, he is the lucky dog this time.
So he'll start at the back of the pack, but he'll be on the lead lap.
Yeah,
it might be that 19 car or the 10 car. They got a little bit of separation from the field. It may have been the 10 car of AJ Storm.
All right, so the first car that's 1 lap down right now is the 95 of Bear. That battle is going to be between him and the back half of the field. Green flag is back out. And we ride along with the 19 of Voltage.
These guys are wasting no time mixing it up as the Bear takes a little high, gets into Joe. No harm, no foul. They're both on the continue racing.
4-car BC Racer Kid. Oh, up the racetrack, the 22 by his teammate, the 2 car.
Coming out of 2. They're coming out of, yeah.
Slade taking a look underneath in front of the 43 car, forcing the issue. Bear, Diesel continuing to be a punching bag to the outside. It's so easy.
22 car to come alive. He's pretty good at these short tracks.
So easy to overdrive these corners here, Will.
Yeah, it doesn't take much at all. That's for sure. And you can really overdrive them coming off more than going into them. You can get your setup to kind of hold it in, kind of tuck you into the turn, but coming off is a whole different animal. Man.
Workman battling BC Racer Kid. That is for the second position up in front of your screen. Jay Hyper under pressure from the 21 car and the 43 car trying to make some noise. He is a lap down, but I believe he might hold that spot in front of the 95. You see the 21 of Slade give a push. Oh, BC Racer Kid loose off the corner. 3 wide. And the 21 sends the 2 car to the outside.
Yeah, you really hate to see it, but you're going to have it here for sure.
There are so many unintended consequences of racing this close together in esports racing. I believe, whoa, saw some lag right there.
I just seen something fly off somebody's car right there.
That was weird. But BC Racer Kid, I don't know what happened right there. We were riding along and it looked like the whole field just kind of jumped. You see the 4 car, BC Racer Kid, now he gets punted 4 wide off the corner. That's not going to work.
No, and now they're 3 wide coming into turn 1 here. Let's see how this works out. Oh, they're beating and banging, but everybody stayed right there on top of each other. DW duck stop in there. They might go 3 wide around the whole track, make a whole lap like that.
Blade has bodied his way up to
wide.
4 wide coming off.
Man, look at this battle.
Man, if they mixing it up.
Jay Hyper looking underneath. Extreme inside. Car off the pace right there. Galen in that 13 machine. And this is a battle to try and get to that lucky dog position. But the man that has it is the 43 car.
Yeah, he's already checked out while these guys are sitting here having their little melee, wrestling around. The 43's already checked out with the lucky dog. You see that 24 hot on his trail right now.
Bumper cars at over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I do believe, I don't want to say something too wrong, but I do believe that you're at an excess of 116, 120 miles an hour, and you're actually slowing down in the turns at around 70 miles an hour, 65, 70. So
that's highway speeds around these critical curbs that have made Martinsville so personable. See the 21 car looking underneath the 43. Those guys have made contact earlier in this race.
He's saving.
17 car Fluffy as we ride along, continuing to just run his race.
I'm gonna tell you, that 3 car, he looks a little stout tonight. That 43, after he gets a little clean track in front of him. I see it soon. I jinxed him. He overdrove it.
95 a bear with an issue.
He got into the 2 coming off the corner. I don't know if he got loose or if the
he just
car got into the door.
There. He actually backed out of there 3 wide again. The 88, the 4, and the 10 car.
Make Voltage was on pit road again.
Oh, so this has not been the 19th car race. I do believe these are perhaps scheduled pit stops, but if caution comes out, that strategy, he's already a lap down. It's not going to get any better. Wow, the 95 car. That was more than a bump to the 9 of Justin Mons.
Yeah, I think the 95 is getting a little bit frustrated, all of this traffic.
What do you do as a driver here? You know, in Monster Energy Cup Series, you have your crew chief, you have your spotter to try and calm you down, but in esports racing, it's just you. You're in traffic, and it is frustrating. How do you calm yourself down to try and focus at the task at hand, which is trying to run a race here at Martinsville?
Yeah, it's just the best way you can, Alex, to be honest with you. As you know, you actually have guys in the party. Some of these guys get team chats or they can split it up. So there is guys they can talk to that, you know, we do exchange information over the mic and, you know, tell what types of changes we're doing to the car. But basically you have no one, you know, just as good as I do. Sometimes in that race car, you got to talk yourself down. You get a little excited.
Yeah, on the 95 car, he let the Justin Mons in the 10 car by, but in his rear view mirror is going to be the 17 machine, and he's already a lap down. This is going to put him 2. This could be his race, and a number of others on the line here in stage 2. You can make up 1 lap. You're not going to make up 2. Handling issues continue to plague that 95 car right in the path of the 17.
Yeah, he's pulling off to the inside. He let him go. He did the admirable thing. He may go ahead and duck down pit road. He lost another lap. Oh, I did the roof. But, yeah, that 17 car. Anyway, that 17 car, though, it looks like, I don't know, man. We might gamble, put a little price up. I bet you $20 Ray Leg that 17 car gets everybody 4 or 5 laps down for the night.
And that would be a fool's bet for me to take from you and say he wouldn't at this point.
You never know. The way these guys are mixing it up, Alex, it might turn into a little caution fest. I'm surprised as of right now these guys, as much as they've been beating and banging, that they've actually kept their composure as nobody started sending it as of yet.
Cautions do breed cautions.
Coming in.
You see Bear making it, so these are scheduled green flag pit stops. The 3 of Workman, he's running along in the 2nd position, and that battle he had to stay on the lead lap has definitely allowed him to still try and be within striking distance something goes wrong with the 17 car. We've not seen that yet. The 21 is Slade on third.
The worst part about this is it's not like that Fluffy doesn't have the dominant car, because he does. He's miles faster than everybody else. But if you guys have noticed, he can actually stay out about 3 or 4 laps longer than the field can as well.
And that yourself has got to put you, the rest of the field, on pins and needles, because you're at the mercy of a yellow flag during that stretch. Those times you're running times faster than the leader, but you're already behind by putting on your pit stop. It doesn't even matter.
No, it doesn't. One hand washes the other.
This right here is where I really wish we had a scoring monitor and we're able to tell you exactly who is fighting to stay on the lead lap versus who is just 1 lap down versus who is just 2 laps down. We're going to see a mixed bag here as green flag pit stops are going to beginning and already underway.
We got 29 laps remaining in this stage. Keffer's currently running 8.
And he is still on the lead lap. That is correct, right?
Yep.
He is the last car on the lead lap. I don't know if you could see who's right behind him.
No, I can't. No.
I'm flipping through. I'll tell you. Hold on a second.
8 cars are on the lead lap. It's the first car 1 lap down.
He's the one right behind the 88 car.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Galen and then BC Racer, it looks like. No,
BC
actually, Fluffy's beating the door down on the back of the 13 right now. As
Yeah,
Galen's
I do believe.
trying everything he can to get in front of that 88 car. As the 18 gets in the pit road a little sideways. I hope he didn't get a penalty there. It's New World.
Oh, he did.
This pit
There
road
is
isn't
damage.
exactly as hard. Yeah, he definitely folded it up on that one, that's for sure. This pit road is not as hard to get on as, say, a Talladega or Daytona, as much as we've already been like an Auto Club the other week or not. But sometimes the brake bias can get a little sketchy coming trying to take that sharp turn down into pit road.
Well, the 13 car is looking, I believe he's still 1 lap down, so this could put him 2 laps down. See the 4 BC Racer kid, he's on that fresher tires, and he will easily go around the 17 car. He'll get one of his lap back.
The 17 car really looks like he's practicing extreme patience right now. He's really not, I mean, he's stalking them for sure, but he's not sending in there beating nobody's bumper down. He's just taking his time, methodically picking out one by one going through this field here.
Look at the traffic that he's with. We ride along from the Goodyear blimp up ahead. It's just, that's got to be nerve-wracking with a good car like that.
Oh, the 43 straight doors the 18 down into the inside wall.
That was Mike RPM in the 18 making contact there.
It was the 43 making contact with the 18, and I seen that plain as day. No harm, no foul, no caution.
JRM Keffer gets put a lap down. Ooh, Fluffy got loose off the corner. In the 18 car, he does have newer tires. You might see him try and get one of his laps back from the 17 car. Hasn't been a factor. Oh, hard hit, head on in the wall, goes to 10. That was in turn number 4. No yellow flag. Damage to the 95 of Bear as well. Number of cars.
Road, guys. Got our leader down on pit road right now.
The 3C Workman.
And throw a handful of adjustments at it just to see if he can still stay dominant as he was. These guys are really hustling these cars around this track. It gives a false sense of security once you do see that leader hit pit road. Think you're going to make every lap back as fast as you can, but it just doesn't work out that way. You got the 17 car taking a 4 tire stop.
We're riding along with the 88 car. Keep in mind his pit road strategy last stage. He ended up going a lap down, but he was able to stretch it and he did not pit. Does he do the same thing again?
Well, we got the 17 coming off pit road right now. He's going to be right following in behind the 9 car of J-Mons in the 13 car of Galen. Yeah, that 9 car, we don't get to talk about him much from week to week. He's not had one of his strong suit tracks come up. He's a lot better than his finishes have. Well, he finished 5th at Atlanta on a fuel strategy, which would be his best race of the year so far. We're looking for that 9 team to come alive. Man, I'm telling you, when that 17's got them new tires on, man, he is just a bullet.
Yeah, he's gone.
Well, it's a good thing that this is the night race, and the night race for the Cup Series is in 2020, because that's exactly where the 17 car is running. He is in 2020, a league of his own. The rest of the field is in the 2019 version of this game, because there is no way they're going to be able to compete with the speed we've seen out of the 17th Ford. He just got around the 88 of Clifford, who has not made his pit stop. That's important because that puts the 17 car back on the lead lap in case the yellow flag does come out.
There's 14 to go in this stage.
We might see the 88 car do the same strategy again, and what makes it different from the first stage versus this stage here is that we had multiple cars going laps down in the first stage. Now, because we started with cars lap down, he's not going to lose any positions because he's already on that lead lap. You see what I'm saying? So that might be a winning strategy this time around.
And I'm going to add something else too. If you notice, Fluffy really had his way through traffic. They was more, nose to tail, so he kind of made it through a lot faster. This time, he's actually been mired up in traffic. He's been having to be very patient and wait till holes open up for him to get that number 17 car through. So this may actually play into the 88's hands.
Your 4, 5, and 6 are Hyper, Slade, and Keffer right now at this point.
All right, so Keffer's not the leader?
No, Keffer's in 6th.
All right.
Jay Hyper is now 4th, and Slade is in 5th.
So I think that makes the leader.
It might be the 17 car.
Yeah, never mind. Scratch that.
Probably is. I mean, I don't think anybody else. I think we're safe to say if it ain't Keffer, who's the only one that's trying to do something different to the rest of the field, and I admire that, but it's got to be the 17. What we don't know, and another car, another Joe Gibbs racing machine out of this race, that's Rowdy in the 20.
Well, thinking about that too is Keffer's not pitted, so evidently Hyper and Slade both have not pitted with 9 to go left in the stage.
The 9 of Justin Mons back on pit road. Could the setup on that race car maybe just be eating up the tires? Maybe that's why we're seeing that 9 car pit so much?
Could be.
Or he could,
he's driving too hard.
Yeah, he could be like once you get a couple laps down, you'll end up driving the tires off of it. It's not going to help you none. Maybe if you're only a lap down, maybe you'll stay out there and battle a loose car or battle an alien setup. But if you're multiple laps down, there's no need to sit out there and just make it a miserable time. Just, go ahead and take your pit stop. Let the chips fall where they may.
I'm pretty sure the whole field is having a miserable time right now, except if you're in that 17 machine. But car that we thought was pretty good up there, that was contending up, at least did not lose a lap, just did, and that's the 4-car BC Racer Kid. Voltage, another one of those Joe Gibbs racing machines that just have not had any speed in that Toyota Camry.
Well, currently Fluffy has scored an 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So, to be honest, then, if that's the case, then we have no idea who the leader is. Like, this is insane. And I knew that this was a fear coming to broadcast one of these races, because not only are you clicking laps off so far, you have such a discrepancy between who's leading and who's off the pace, and so many cars in a half-mile radius. Like, it's hard. It is hard to tell who the leader is. I have no idea.
It looks like it might be actually Workman.
I thought we saw the 3 Workman pit.
Yeah, Workman is your leader. On the little track map on Keffer's screen, it's Workman is your leader.
Ooh, that is some great. Thank you, 704 Games, for that at least. Because otherwise, we would be.
Fluffy's a lot slower than we thought he was. Never mind. There's a 3-car dominates. Now, actually, Fluffy might have got a penalty. You know, if you guys get caught speeding on pit road, you're turning at a 19-second lap. So when they throw a 15-second speed penalty on you,
that's a lap.
3/4 of a lap gone right there.
That is definitely a lap. That's very well, and we did not ride along with the 17 car, so I could not tell you who that is. Looks like Fluffy's going to challenge. He'll be able to get that 88 car who continues to backslide through the field. That beeping you hear, beep, 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 is the 88 car backing up. The 17 car now taking a look underneath the 18 as the 43 car makes contact. He'll move Keffer out of the groove.
Yeah, that 43 car, I've seen him. He is actually a esports driver. He may not show it on time, but he will at times.
Oh, the 18 car.
18 got real loose.
He did. Did that trigger the yellow?
Nope, that's the end of the stage.
Well, that's the end of the stage. So Workman will get it. Workman wins stage 2. And
Diesel was in 3rd.
This shuffles the racing order. We'll get a clear idea of who is in the lead once we get to the start-finish line.
Roll up.
Maybe. It's not for sure. As we see the 20 car on pit road already.
Workman, Jones,
yeah, 20 is
Diesel.
left.
Yeah, he's
The
like
top 3 at the end of the stage were Workman, Joves, and Diesel. And then
Wow,
followed
so
by
they...
Jay Hyper, Slade, and then Clark.
All right.
Still in lead lap?
Yes.
He must have been the first car lap down because he's in the back.
Yes, DW was a lucky dog.
Oh, okay. Well, where's the 88 then?
He's right beside Fluffy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they get
20. The 43 right now is the first car one lap down. Just want to make that note. Workman in front. And the 21 car trying to stay to the outside and keeping the fastest car here. The first time we've seen
10 gets back into the 4 car, 9 gets back in the 10 car. 19 gets hard in the outside wall. 10 car hits the inside wall. I'm telling you, these guys are, we're 4 wide right here as everybody bangs it off.
Battle for the lead.
Did the admirable thing.
Yeah, he laid out of that one.
Workman up high, allowed the 17 car Fluffy back to the point. Workman not giving up though, had a look underneath, will miss the corner there. Almost got out of it with the 21, and here comes Jay Hyper and the 24 Jobs.
Man,
43
really
car's got to be
it.
aggressive here because he is the first car one lap down, but my goodness. I believe he's going to have a long line of drivers waiting for him at his hauler.
He might as well just go ahead and drive the race car home. I wouldn't even hit the infield. But as we know, we may be seeing stuff on our screen that maybe is not really happening. Sometimes, you know, in real time, we may see stuff and not as actually as it seems. So we may be poking the 43 car a little bit of Mike RPM, but I've just seen him be aggressive time and time again. So that might be what we're dealing with here.
Now under pressure for the 22, who is on the lead lap. I will try to get you guys relevant information. We know the 88 car's on the lead lap. So you have the 17 car up front will take you quickly through the field. 17 car your leader. 3 you see Workman in second. 21 is Slade. That's who runs third. Jobs in that 24 car is in fourth. The 2 Jay Hyper has been able to fight his way inside the top 5 as he gets to go a lap down here, having a good day so far. 22 Diesel, also another Penske Racing teammate. Those guys got together one instance so far, but they've been able to stay relatively in tow with one another. And the 88 car, JRM Kepfer, using a strategy that I would not perhaps think of here as a driver, and that is not see your pit crew as much.
Yeah. Especially here. After about 20, 21, 22 laps, my car was hooking hard to the left, so instead of trying to deploy my airbags, I would have got me 4 fresh Goodyear tires there. Fluffy, I'm telling you, the best bet they got is whatever happened to him last time, they need to do it again. And maybe they need to try to run 2 abreast and see if they can't hold that 17 car back there a little bit. Well, as soon as he gets in this fresh air, guys, he checks out.
Let's analyze that, because remember the second stage, had a quick yellow, and so that allowed everyone a chance to perhaps get on a pit road right there and not take as much fuel as what we saw the first stage. So I believe that allowed that 17 car. That was a misfortune on the 17 car part, because he did not pit right there. If we get another quick yellow flag, I think he'll be among the first to try and stay on top of the strategy game.
Yeah, I think the first stage, he was just looking to, put all those cars a lap down once he figured out that he had a car that was capable. Like I said, second stage,
yellow.
we seen him take his time.
Yellow
is out for the third time here today.
And Mike RPM in the 43 is scored in 7th ahead of Keffer. You got BC Racer Kid is 2 laps down. New World is 2 laps down. Voltage is 3 laps down. AJ Storm is 3 laps down. And Galen is 4 laps down.
So only 7 cars on the lead lap. The first car that will get their lap back and will be on a lap on its own will be the 4 BC Racer Kid.
No, negative. DW is the last car on the lead lap. Then it's BC Racer Kid 2 laps down.
Okay, but he will get the lucky, because there's no car that's 1 lap down. He'll get his lap back.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So that does make he'll still be a lap down, but that at least gives us an idea of where that cutoff point will be. So the 4 BC Racer Kid, the only car 1 lap down.
And this actually goes against what Fluffy's trying to do here. He wants to go long green runs where he can stretch the field out. These guys all bunched up, not giving him a chance to walk away here. I'm really looking for that 24 car, that 3 car to come up here and challenge him for the lead, maybe slow him down a little bit here. As he's just checking out. This is truly dominant, man.
Kind of reminds me of the 2-car Keselowski in the spring back in the real race of 2019. Keselowski had a car that just dominated that race. We did see some flashes of brilliance from the 9, as we're seeing with the 3 of C. Workman, but it just has not been there. The speed hasn't been there. The brakes haven't fallen his way as of late, and he has his work cut out if he wants to get in front of that blue oval.
Yes, he sure does. Sorry, ain't much to talk about here. There's not much action going on. But, yeah.
Well, there's always action. There's always somebody. There's a lot of storylines. Can the 17 car, can he do the impossible? And that is try and lap the rest of the field. Other storylines we're following. Does somebody take the wind out of the sails from the 17 car? I mean, we still have 8 cars that are on the lead lap. Battle for third heating up. The 21 looking underneath the J Hyper. And the last caution flag. Have we seen it today?
I'm thinking not, to be honest with you. I think we're going to see a little rash of cautions right here at the end of stage 3. As you know, guys have been building up. Things have been happening all race. Maybe they'll rack them up and get them close to each other. As you said earlier, Ned, that cautions breed cautions.
We cannot doubt the performance of this 17 fashionable Ford Mustang right here. Fluffy doing an excellent job here, proving why he's one of the best in esports racing on PS4. Workman having a great day.
We got the 19 hard in the wall. 95 hard in the outside wall. Oh, we got the 19 and 95 wrestling coming out of turn 4. We may be under caution, guys.
No, right in front of the leader of the 17 car. There was no yellow flag. Fluffy had to take evasive action to the inside. And do we see some contact made between the 19 and the 95? No yellow flag.
I think they was just, it wasn't on purpose. They got together and then both of them went hard to the outside.
Oh, back across the track right in front of the field. Oh. The 95. Oh, he gets hit by the 43. The 1 car gets a piece of it.
I don't think nobody
no yellow flag. Wow.
Nobody checked up, period. They just bounced him back to.
And that goes to one of our keys in our countdown to green, that pre-race show that we were talking about. Can you survive the accident that does not trigger the in-game caution? Bear, from bad to definitely worse there.
Shoot. And bags too.
You feel for the guys that hit him. The 43 hit him. The one car DWH hit him. There's got to be damage on those machines. Look at the front end of the one car right here. That's major nose damage. And that might not necessarily translate to speed on the racetrack, but getting onto pit road, if you decide to fix that damage, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, it sure is. That's going to cost at least an extra 4 to 6 seconds to put on top of the pit stop. Shoot, you really hate to see it, especially when it's not fault of your own. You're just riding. But, you know, this is short track racing. This is bumping and rubbing. This is what we NASCAR fans love.
And there's definitely, you can see we ride along, when you can fix damage, your car doesn't necessarily go back to normal, but it looks a lot better than what we see right here on this one machine. And that's got to have some front damage as far as like the radiator, aero's got to be hurt. Don't need a lot of those things here at Martinsville, but they don't hurt to have.
I think your car's running perfect. In stage one, what we had also is we had a lot of guys exercising a little more patience because the race started and Fluffy actually checked out with everybody else checking up and giving room. He's not been able to lap the field as we've seen in the first stage. He's not been able to complete, put the whooping down, put the smack down on you as we've seen in stage one. So one of these guys in the top 3, they still have a chance to win this race.
See the 95 Bear make his way onto pit road. Extensive damage, and another, this time Joe Gibbs Racing corporate teammate suffering some mechanical issues after being hit by most of the field on the front stretch, yet not triggering the in-game yellow flag caution system.
Yeah, that one.
Same thing that happened to us last night.
Yeah, that one lap, he hit everything but pit road.
I want to give a shout out here, and we continue to take a look. This is the battle, 2nd through 4th. See, Workman has it. Job's in the 24 car, wants it in the 21 car. Slade trying to be a part of it. See, Workman having a great day so far as the field in relationship to Fluffy.
And we had the 95 car just go ahead and call it a night. He went ahead and put that thing in the hauler.
Yeah, he had been on pit road. There's a damaged vehicle policy that would not have been not in effect because it didn't trigger the yellow flag, but my goodness. It's been a night to forget for the Bear in the 95.
I think we're seeing the 10 right now on my screen. I think he's having a little bit of lag issues. He just was up on top of Bag's car, did a 360 and then backed up to the 9 very, very fast.
That, or he's employing something new here at Martinsville, which I do applaud because, hey, the 17 car, he's stinking up the show. Why not try something different, right?
You got to make it interesting.
Don't know if it's going to help, but
that poor 19 car, it ain't got nothing but a Bass Pro sticker on it and about 3 lug nuts as he pulls it down on the pit road. As you see, Workman and Jobs, Slade still in 4th.
A couple of guys that are on the lead lap here, but off the pace. The 43 car, the 22, and the 88. How many laps to go in the stage there, Red? We'll see, I guess, when the 80 laps to go.
All right, we're down to a straightaway that Fluffy's coming to catch the actual back of the field. So if we don't run out of laps soon, we're going to see some of these guys start going laps down again as Fluffy is just continuing his clinic from stage 1 here.
Yeah, 79 laps to go in the stage.
In the stage, so
that'll
that
be
last
the
caution
end.
was a stage caution.
Yeah, that'll be the end of the race,
3.
yeah.
Yeah, we're at the end of the race. 79 to the end of the race.
Okay.
And Keffer has not gone a lap down but once, and unfortunately this is not to say anything on his part, for he's doing a great job, but once the 88 car goes a lap down. I'm just saying that because it's not a question of if, but when. That's just the pace. Simple math being applied here. We will need to keep that in mind as we get the lap counter here, because he will be shown an incorrect number of laps.
Yeah, who was it? Oh, we got Bags. They put his fenders back on. He's on his 4th set of fenders tonight. But he's making his way back up to the field. You can tell he just come off pit road because he just got around Slade. As Slade is one of the lead lap cars that's still out there, still yet to
the pit.
Come back down pit road.
Ooh, Slade!
Oh, Slade!
He lost it off the corner right there. That'll be damage on that machine. Don't often talk about the right front getting damaged, but I guess anything's possible here at Martinsville.
I know one thing.
Excuse me, the left front.
Sure going to be busy. The virtual scrapyard out there in Martinsville, Virginia, sure going to be busy tomorrow night.
Yeah. Get you a deal on a Ford Mustang, only driven 500 miles, slight cosmetic damage.
I don't know if you'll be able to read the sponsors on any of these cars after 250 laps of this Martinsville tonight, but hey, part of the action.
So the 19 wasting no time trying to get at least one of his several laps back. Just moved the 24 car out of the way, but the 19 car was faster right there. Jobs continuing to be in the 3rd position. C. Workman holds 2nd. Fluffy in 1st.
As we see our returning last year's champion here at Midnight's Cup Series, BC Racer goes another lap down to the 17 car.
Oh! Justin Mons around on the backstretch. Single car incident. No yellow flag. Yep, we stay green. Sorry, I had to pause right there. That's how slow they go through the corners there. We ride along with the 24 car.
It's a good thing Napa delivers, because they need to go ahead and bring him a new 5-star body to hang on that Chevrolet.
You're just on it today there, aren't you, Will?
I don't think we have that in stock.
Yeah.
That ain't a special order piece. Oh.
Yeah, it's just not been the day that Justin Mons wanted. He goes to the attention of his crew there. More damage on the front end of that Napa Chevrolet.
And a little insider information on Justin Mons, too. He is actually trying to get acclimated to a steering wheel, so that might be part of the contributing reason why he's had a slow start to this season. He may have switched back, and if you guys know just as good as I do, you have to commit to the wheel. Once you start switching back and forth, once I got on the wheel, I couldn't go back to a controller. It was horrible.
That's interesting, because I myself am just trying to get into the wheel. I did that. I had a race last night of the wheel at Atlanta, and I did horrible. I went back to the controller. I finished 4th, but it's definitely a learning curve. And that's important to note, because some of these guys are on wheels, some of these guys are on a controller, and there have been some rumblings I've been hearing, some of the PS4 discussions for NASCAR Heat 4, that there might be a slight advantage to being on a wheel than controller this year.
Well, I know that Fluffy is running controller right now.
Oh, well, that puts that to bed.
But also, the other week at Daytona, Fluffy also ran his wheel. So Fluffy might be one of those, what do they call it, ambidextrous? You write with both hands. He might be having a race pedextrious where he can race with a wheel, controller, left foot, right foot, eyes closed, sleep, whatever, you know.
He might be, but it was funny because, Paul Menard earlier this week said he had some neck pain, so he had Matt Crafton relieve him. It was a driver change at Talladega. I had a steering wheel change, I guess. I had this change in 45 seconds, one of the stage breaks. I was like, nope, unplugged the steering wheel and had to reconnect my controller all within a span of 45 seconds and hope for the best, and it did. I was able to get up to 4th. But it's definitely a learning curve to get on these wheels.
Yeah, last Thursday, actually, in our default race here at Midnight, my actual steering wheel actually come plugged from the actual game pad. So what happened was my pedals wouldn't work again. So I almost spun the whole field out, but luckily I had to just back out of the race. So you got to watch switching back and forth.
Jay Hyper in front of the one, and is our next of our lead lap cars to perhaps go a lap down. See Fluffy there, just on the same stretch. I would say about 10 car lengths, maybe, and it's getting shorter.
You got DW in the one car cutting hard inside of the number 2 of Jay Hyper, as both of them running for their life right now. The bully of the 17 Sunny D cars making his way back through the field up here.
And remember, the one car had damage from that incident with him in the 95 on the front stretch several laps ago, and that severely damaged the one car. We see Jay Hyper go a lap down. Don't know how long that one car could stay out like that.
About another turn or two. DW is one of those guys that's not an esports guy. As we know, 14 was picked from Xbox and 14 was picked from PlayStation. But he's one of those guys that a lot of the guys at Midnight look at as one that should been drafted on this esports adventure here in the Pro League. So maybe if he keeps those numbers up, maybe this year he'll be one of the 14 chosen ones over here on PlayStation to get a ride.
Hopefully he'll be looking forward to that. I know a lot of these guys are looking forward to the end of this one, and it's just a little over 60 laps left here at Martinsville. The blistering pace set by the 17 car has put most of the field a lap down. In fact, you see just on the edge of your screen the 21 machine. He's running in third spot, third place, and in danger of going a lap down here at Martinsville. That's just the pace being set by this fashionable Ford Mustang.
Yeah, it's really surprising to see that 21 car anywhere near the front here, especially at Martinsville, such a skilled track.
Fluffy's in. Fluffy is going down pit road. So right now it's hold your breath.
56 to go.
Oh, 21 car. We might be under caution. No. 21 car just got bad loose coming up through the turn there. So he gets it straightened out. And I'm just picking with old Slade, old P1, number 1 draft pick there, their Pro League. But those guys got a big race coming up next. Well, he's not involved. Actually, we had 6 first year, the inaugural year of the Pro League, where they're actually running the season championship. We had 6 of the finalists in. 2 of them got eliminated last week, but we still have 3 of the top 4 guys going for the championship next week. They'll be racing at ISM, but they're actually all going to the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Concord, North Carolina. Well, Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's awesome. Interesting for a lot of these guys.
Esports racing is real racing, and these guys, don't tell me that these guys don't put their heart and soul into their craft, just like we see with racers in the real world.
Yeah, and you see these guys, they're up all hours of the night, putting 5-6 hours in a day on a setup on just a certain track. Like, these guys definitely deserve to be in a coveted position of one of the 14 chosen ones. But
C. Workman, our leader, is in. C. Workman had taken the lead away at the 17 car.
21
went
car
to get service.
Road, number 1 car coming down there with him.
21 as well. The 3.
Oh, the 1. Oh, I got to update on the 1 car. He actually missed the cone, had to back up and get back to where actually pit road would recognize him as him and the 21 car doored each other coming on the pit road. So that's going to slow him down at least 10 seconds on the pit stop, as he was on the last of the lead lap cars.
Right now, your current leader is a 22 car.
22 car, diesel.
See the 3 car get in front of the 24 and the 21. Again, these guys were all running second through 4th.
And do you think Fluffy's going to stay out and play the long game, or has he learned from it and he's going to...
Fluffy already pitted. He was actually one of the first cars.
So 17 car is already
there's
pitted.
Still 48 laps to go. That's still going to be a long run.
Oh, there's definitely going to be another pit, maybe two for some of these guys that have ill handling race cars. But you're definitely going to see that 17 or 21 and the 3 and the 24, 22 car. They're definitely going to make their way back down pit road for this thing's over with. Oh, we got the 19 car folded up on the inside. Looks like the hood's up over the window on my screen.
Yep. And the inside wall again claims another Joe Gibbs Racing machine.
Them Toyotas, man, they are.
And he put it behind the wall.
As we see, we've lost 4 cars tonight's race, and all of them have been Toyotas. We have
all Joe Gibbs Racing.
The whole squad.
I think the lone man is the 20. 80 and JRM Kemper is in.
No, the 20.
I'm sorry, the 18. The 18.
Yeah. The 18 of New World. The OG New World.
That is
your caution. We got a caution. Well, we got lagging.
We don't have a caution.
No yellow, but lag, and we're hearing perhaps was that the 10 car again?
No, it was the number one. The 1 car was up in the catch fence. That 3 car, Cody Workman, he looks like he's got a pretty decent setup. As he's able to stretch it out and stay in second place to most of the actual lead lap cars.
And he did get a stage win.
Yes, he did. Forgot all about that. He sure did.
Yeah, this bow tie, driven by C. Workman, has had a great day. And you have to wonder what might have been if that 17 car just wasn't in the picture. Yeah, he hasn't been in the picture for most of the field, and that's because he's been so far up front.
Oh, 17 car was sideways in turn 3 or 4.
Sorry, I'm trying to get to our leader.
Trying to figure out where
we got another car hard onto the inside wall. Actually, that was Job's. Job's with a hard lick to see if that damage slows that 24 car down a little bit.
He's one of the lead lap cars, too. We only have 4 cars on the lead lap.
And that would be the 3 car of Workman, the 1 car of DW, or is it the 21 car of Slade and the 24 car of Jokes?
It is the 3, the 21, and the 24.
24.
The 88 car looks to be going 2 laps down, so just keep that in mind with the live stream you're watching. Here we give a shout out to JRM Kemper, who's nice enough to allow us to plug his YouTube name there, and he'll be able to ride on board. We get a lot of updates from him, including the lap count. That will be off by 2 laps. Once the 17 car passes him.
17 gets to him, yeah.
Guys, I've been covering the sport a lot. I can't believe I can say that. But I don't have anything to fall back on for the last time I saw a driver this dominant in any league that I've been a part of.
And I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I've seen some dominant races on this Heat 4. I've actually won a few of the dominant races in some of the lower leagues that I run. But I'm going to be honest, there's never been a car this dominant here in Midnight's Cup Series. As you know, these guys are all top-notch drivers. So he's really doing an amazing feat right now that we're seeing him put on. It's kind of unbelievable as we see him hold it together for the rest of this race right here. Last night, as I said, he got actually taken out. He had the dominant car, won stage 2, and was gonna win the whole race, and actually got in a late race melee.
Which is still a possibility. You actually see some damage to the left side of that 17 car. That was not there, I believe, before pit stops. So he has found the outside wall, or something has found him.
I think one of his pit crew members just ran into the side of his car with a jack. That must be what happened.
Trying to slow that car down. It needs to be in tolerance by the time. Ooh, you see the 10 car right in front. That almost dragged him down to the inside, but
I don't think he knew that 17 was coming on him so fast.
10 car not having the day he would like as well. Just on the outside wall with some lag issues as we see Fluffy get around him.
Yeah,
we can see the 17 car in relationship to the 3 who was in second place. BC Racer Kid is back on pit road.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say about the 10 car is actually AJ Storm. Last week he made his return and he lagged out on lap 1. So you see him, the internet holding up, and he's actually staying the whole race, running laps down. We've already seen Ford Toyota just go ahead and cash their check. They're already halfway to the helicopter.
Anywhere but here. But how often does that happen here? Martinsville, you usually only have about, one happy person. There's Workman at the start-finish line now. And we know Fluffy's about half a straightaway in front of the 10 car, so that means our second place guy is half a lap down.
22 car diesel gets a little sideways. You see the 9 car just pull up and let him by.
That almost reminds me of an old story. Bill Elliott was racing. DW looked up in the rearview mirror and they told him, "Hey, you're doing good. You're running second." He looked up in the rearview mirror and it was Bill right behind him. Like, I must not be doing all that great.
We got the 9 car, Justin Mons, coming down to get forward, and Mr. Bill Goods. And keep that 9 machine up under.
So, we never did get an official tire window or anything, and fuel window. Will these guys have to make one more pit stop?
Oh, definitely. They probably can make it around, I would say, 3 times wear is what we run here. I'm thinking it was somewhere around 41, maybe 42 laps. So there was definitely, when I think it was 79 laps left from the last time they pitted. So I do believe we're going to have to see some of these guys come down here. If not, the whole field will come down at least one more stop tonight.
So we're looking at like 27 to go or 26 to go.
And that is with the 17 car.
Yes, that is.
Okay. He's still only 1 lap down by my count.
Yeah.
See the Bush brothers battling right there. The 1 and the 18. 18 car is struggling.
The 22 car is actually not disappeared from the back of that 17 car.
Yeah, he was on the lead lap as well, so he might be the first car 1 lap down. Or, excuse me, 2. He might be 2 by now.
He did get fast. Man, oh man, Fluffy's going to put two laps on the whole field almost. That's incredible, man. The 22 car gets into the back of the 17 car. 17 car goes up the track.
Wow. He really wanted that lap back.
10 car hits pit road.
Not the first time we've seen that 22 car be aggressive, but also not the first time we've seen the 22 car pay for some of his actions on the racetrack here at Martinsville.
The 22 car piloted by Penville. He's actually runner-up in our Xfinity Series last year for the championship, getting edged out by Jay Hyper going into the last race of the year. What got Jay Hyper moved up to the Penske number 2 as his teammate. And I say him, and he goes hard into the inside wall.
And that's to Jay Hyper?
Yes, sir. Half of it anyway. He left half of it back there on the racetrack. Got the 10 car, got his fresh tires. He's on his way back out here.
Oh, the 18, we ride along with him. Right in front of the 21 of Slade. And the 13.
I don't know if y'all are seeing this, but the 3 of Workman is closing.
He's coming.
Unless he's a lap down.
I don't think he's a lap down.
No, 3 of Workman is he is in a second. But you're right. That's actually, despite it being a straightaway and you having to put on your glasses to see that 17 car, that's the best view we've seen of the 17 car since he left the field to begin stage 3.
Now, what do you think Fluffy's doing? Do you think that he just don't have the tires up under him, or do you think maybe Fluffy's trying to just, you know, he had a longer run car than a lot of the rest of the field. Do you think he may be trying to stretch it out to maybe just take 2 and a little splash of gas and finish the thing off, or do you think Workman's going to force him to hit pit road and take 4 fresh tires?
I think if Workman gets to his bumper, he's going to force him to take 4 freshes. But I think you're right. I think right now at this point he's just riding. He's not really trying to fight around Diesel right now, so he's just riding along.
He's definitely made up some time, and I wish we had that scoring data to allow you to see exactly where he is. But that 17 car is definitely getting brighter in the windshield of that 3 machine.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. That 17 car needs to find a little bit of urgency to go ahead and get around that 22 car. That 3 car is definitely getting bigger behind him. And as we've seen before, when he rides the traffic patient, it can come back to bite him. He didn't get all those guys lapped down as he should have, but as he repeated in stage 1 and stage 2. So.
Yeah, the one time we did see the 17 car misstep, if you will, you can consider that. He just decided to pit, and a number of these guys did not. The 3 car was able to win the stage.
You have Galen in the 13 Geico machine hit the pit road for his final stop of the evening.
We are pretty late in this run. I know we've talked about tire wear as an issue, but with less than 20 laps to go, do you decide to do 2 tires?
It really all depends on how bad your left sides are worn out. Me personally, it's only 4 more seconds, so I would go ahead and take those 4 tires because, you know, just giving anybody, two tires can actually lose you 4 seconds in just a few laps. So I would just go ahead and bite the time and just go ahead and put them on there. I mean, if you're not one of these top 3 cars, you have no chance of winning tonight no matter what happens anyway, so I wouldn't risk it. As we got the 17 finally getting back around the 22 car. The 22 car, he rode behind him for at least 10 laps there. You can see the 3 car actually getting bigger and bigger as they're starting to pull away now that Fluffy's got fresh track in front of him.
21 on Slade, right in front of the 17 car, and he is in 3rd.
He is in 7th.
Oh, the 21 is in 7th? Oh, excuse me. Some of these guys perhaps have made their pit stops.
It's his fault.
If things cycle back around, he might be up to 3rd, but we do know who's in 1st, and that's the 17 car. We do know who's in 2nd, and that's 3. Guys, it's about to be putting another lap down, though, the 43 and the 88.
If Fluffy can hold on to this win tonight and don't let the number 3 run him down and catch him, this would be Fluffy's 2nd win in a row. That 17 car is on such a hot streak right here. Like I spoke on a couple times already, he would have won the race last night, but that 17 car is really coming alive right here at the beginning of the season.
You see him lay off a little bit. He was just behind the 88 and the 43, the 13 car on newer tires. Oh, Diesel out of shape, lost it off 2.
Oh, you got the 13 hard into the 43, knocked him by halfway through.
And this is right in front of our leaders, 3 wide.
He hates to see this. This is not what he wants to see right now.
Yeah, this is going to slow him down.
Oh, they're mixing it up, beating and banging. He does not want to see that as that number 3, the neon green and white Chevrolet is coming.
He is now within a corner. And we talk about how lap traffic can play a factor. It certainly has come to play here late in this race. The 17 car trying to let things settle out, but can he afford to lose time? And the 3C Workman works the top of the racetrack.
Oh, he gets hard in the outside wall. I honestly think that this is just benefiting Workman. I think if Fluffy gets in this fresh air, he's going to put a stretch out there on him, but I don't know, guys. It's not like Workman's got 6 tires and Fluffy only 4, you know. So Workman might have to come down pit road if he's not trying to stretch it to the end of this thing either. So
yeah, both these guys will have to make pit stops here. And then if you do decide to go down and see 17 car Fluffy's on pit road, if you're the 3C Workman, why not follow him?
He does not pit. He does not pit. He takes
there's
the
only
lead.
6 to go.
There's only 6 laps to go, so this is crucial right here. We'll keep an eye on the 17. We know he's been in second place. Let's keep an eye on the 3.
Well, the 3 car stole stage 2 from him. Or stage 1. I can't remember. He won one of the stages. I think it was stage 1.
It was stage 2.
No, it was stage
but
2,
see
yeah.
Workman trying to do the impossible. He puts the 17 car 1 lap down. Now, do you think he can just coast from here and perhaps steal the victory? He waited a little bit longer on that first set of pit stops that we just had. So we do know he can stay out a little bit more. Does he have enough?
I don't know. This is definitely going to be interesting. I would have think that if he didn't have enough, that he would have ducked down pit road as soon as that 17 car did. So I don't know. I think he's going to try to stretch it out, guys. I think we're going to see this thing come down.
The 3 of C. Workman, invited to PRCS here by Slade, but has yet to win a race on the top level for Midnight Broadcasting Network. Could that change today with a win at the paperclip? Oh, Jay Hyper gets around! Did that trigger the yellow? Crash on the front stretch!
There's a lot back there. That's got to be a caution.
It does!
Caution on the field, guys.
No, that is it. That is it. That is over. Workman wins. Job's second. Diesel third.
Was that the end of the race?
That's what I'm looking at on camera.
Wow! What a dramatic finish! See Workman across the stripe winning the Ronin Imports 500 at Martinsville.
Man, that's not how I thought it was going to pan out. Congratulations to the number 3 Richard Childress Chevrolet, piloted by Cody Workman. As a man, oh man, was that turned out to be an exciting finish, huh?
Wow, we're not even going to be able to talk to the 17 car Fluffy, who dominated that race. A late race yellow flag ends the race under caution. Workman had just gotten across the stripe.
Man, I'm going to tell you that turned out a little different than what I expected. But congratulations to the number 22 team. Actually got a top 3 out of that. He hadn't been in the top running order all night. It looks like he was just hanging around the back, being very patient.
And it was Workman's strategy to stay out just a little bit longer on that last pit stop there to allow him to, 1, have fresher tires toward the end and run down the 17 car, but 2, stay out when the 17 car decided to come back in. The 3 car back to victory lane in the Monster Energy Cup Series. Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get Slade in here because he's got all these guys on his friends list. I don't think I have Workman. Who did he say get in here?
Workman, Jobs, and Diesel.
Workman, Jobs, and Diesel. I can get Diesel and Jobs in here. Well, actually, I can't get Pennzoil. Slade, you want to invite these guys in here?
Slade, yeah, we were having...
Your mic's on mute, Slade. Yeah. Why was you talking, Slade? Looks like you had a pretty decent race. So I'm basically sounding crazy, not talking to nobody, but really talking to somebody.
But that's why it's never over until it's over. And once we get C. Workman here, you can bet it's going to be a party down in Virginia. Martinsville going to C. Workman, his first win for PRCS. Yeah, we have 21 of Slade here, guys, that's in the party. But he does not have his mic on. So,
He's
trying to get the winner here, give some quick interviews so far, but what a crazy race we saw there, Will.
Yeah, that was nothing short on excitement there for sure. I'm going to be honest with you. I cashed that check for that 17 car.
Yeah, you owe me $20.
Dominant. No, we didn't take that bet, Ned. You forgot about that.
Well, no, I meant to. I was gonna say it. I didn't want to say it over air,
We'll play back the comments, but anyways.
Well, Martinsville never disappoints here, and I'm telling you, right after you have one of their hot dogs there that they still sell for only $2, one of the best hot dogs you will ever have here.
You ready to go? You always set to allow workmen?
Want to make sure we're going to try and get every driver here that's in here and make sure they have the chance their party audio is working.
Yep.
Here we go.
All right. Go ahead, Ned.
Workman, he stole stage 2, but he didn't necessarily steal stage 3. It was definitely a methodic work to get his first ever PRCS win here at Martinsville. We want to welcome in the driver of that 3 machine, Steve Workman. You are a winner in the Cup Series at the highest level for Midnight Broadcasting Network. How does it feel?
Oh, man, about time, dude. Just so many times, like between Charlotte last year, Pocono had a good run last year, Auto Club last week, I felt like I just gave that one away. Well, first off, 2 people I want to thank first. First of all, glory to God. Without him, no things are possible, and I'm just glad that he kind of blessed me with this ability to do sim racing. Not a whole lot of people can do it, and these are against some of the best guys in all NASCAR Heat 4 that are in this series. So, and then the second guy, Nick Jobs, he was helping me a lot and giving me some pointers, just trying to get ready through this race, especially today. And I don't think if he didn't give me some tips, I wouldn't have been able to win this race. So huge thanks to my Chevy teammate right there. But yeah, I knew obviously Fluffy had the dominant car. I kind of knew what the fuel window was, and when I saw him pit with like 55 or 56 laps to go, I was wondering if he was even going to be able to make it, because I know I was never able to. So saw he got caught in that wreck. Don't know what happened, but I saw that I was trimming the lead down about 2-3 tenths a lap, and then with about 20 laps to go, like my tires were just gone. Trying to track him down, I ran the tires off of it, but apparently it looked like he didn't save enough fuel and he had to hit pit road. And yeah, we weren't the best car tonight, but I think we were definitely the second best car tonight. And yeah, just being in the right position at the right time to finally get one of these wins.
Awesome. You've been working so hard for it. It's nice to see your hard work pay off there. It has been a dominant day by the 17 car, but we saw the 3 car get the win here today. Now, what is something that you're going to remember here for the first night race at Martinsville in the first night race of the season here for PRCS?
Yeah, these cars look a lot more pretty or shinier under the lights, no doubt about that. But I mean, the other audible going into this race is that we turned on damage on for this race, and luckily the only little damage I got the entire race was from a little love tap from Mike RPM there at the start, just wishing me a little good luck there. So, but yeah, I kept the notes clean, kept the bumpers clean. I guess kind of coming in here, I knew Martinsville was one of my better tracks, so I was looking at making something happen here. And I mean, I'm always running good here on default, but custom setups and trying to work around it. But I mean, yeah, just whenever you get to race against these guys every single week, half the guys in here are in the pro league practically. And like these pro league guys that are in this league are like the ones that are towards the top, and so just to be able to compete against them and learning stuff from them on track, and then like Job's giving me some pointers. Being in this league has done nothing but improve my driving big time. So I can't thank the admins enough for having me in this thing, for being able to compete in this series, and yeah, we're going to hope this is just the first win of many.
All right, that was C. Workman, who put in a lot of time, and now he'll have the benefit of telling time through that new grandfather clock he'll be awarded here at Martinsville Speedway. C. Workman, congratulations, you are a winner. First-time winner here for PRCS. had some help there
Thank
from
you,
no
guys.
other than second place there, Jobs, and I want to welcome him, Jobs. First of all, Jobs, I want to apologize for mispronouncing your name earlier in this year. But
it's all good. It's all good.
I got you.
You finished for the second time this year in second place. The speed is there for the 24 machine. What do you need to do to get that 24 car the win?
Yeah, man. Going into this race, I knew I wasn't the fastest car out there, but I trimmed my car out for long run speed, and luckily we went that whole second stage or close to it, practically green there, and kind of saw what happened there. Kind of didn't qualify too well. Qualified 14th, and that first stage was really everything. And Fluffy was able to trap, everybody but the top 8 cars a lap down, and luckily I snuck in there in 8th, and kind of just worked my way up through the field and in the third stage.
It was a dogfight to get up there. Talk about the sense of urgency once you saw the speed of the 17 car. How did that translate to racing on the field?
Oh yeah, the 17 was in a field of his own. There was no way we were catching him. He definitely had the fastest car, but we went back green with about 107 to go, and I knew we were right on that fuel window, so it worked out perfectly for us because we had a long run car, and I think he just trimmed it out a little too quick there and kind of burned that fuel and tires up a little too quick, and just didn't have enough for the last couple laps.
All right, Will and Loretta, you guys want to add anything? I'm sorry, I always do forget.
I just want to congratulate Joe's on coming into this league. He is the actual pro league driver for Hendricks, but coming into this league with the type of caliber of guys week in, week out, seems like you've been bridesmaid a couple times this year. Really looking forward to you putting that 24 car, getting whatever you're missing and putting that thing in winner's circle. You've been having some really strong races this year.
We'll get one soon here. Las Vegas, we were pretty fast in the pro league, so I'm feeling confident next week. And then we got Sonoma, and I'm going to try to give Fluffy my best there. Fluffy's really the road course king, so going to try to give him my all there.
All right, that was the 24 car, Jobs.
Thanks, guys.
Finishing second here at Martinsville, a man who finished third. Haven't been able to talk to very much, though, but I'm glad to talk to him. Diesel there, that 22 machine. Diesel, talk about your day getting a podium finish.
Kind of unsatisfying, I guess. I don't know. Top 3 is good, but not the way I would have liked to get a top 3. I'm having to save fuel there. I think Fluffy should have won with that car that he had, putting freaking everybody a lap down. But, I mean, what do you do with fuel strategy? A little disappointed in the way that things kind of went on track. I don't know if it looked like that on stream, but really got shoved into that fuel strategy early in that third stage by restarting like 8th. Last car on the lead lap, had to fix some damage. Restarted 8th, and then cars 1 lap, 2 lap, 3 lap, 4 laps down, just dooring you 3 wide into the outside wall. So at one point I was like 8th, running in like 14th, 15th on track. So that was a little disappointing, especially when, there was times where other cars a lap or 2 down, pitted, had 4 fresh tires. And, me being on the lead lap, even let them go knowing they were faster. So a little disappointed to get raced like that. But I think there's a couple other guys that got raced like that. But we'll learn from that and move on with it.
Well, and this is Martinsville, so having hurt feelings there and hurt fenders there is definitely not so uncommon at this racetrack. But do you kind of file that away as you race these guys throughout the season?
I mean, you do to some extent until it's the same people doing it every week. But, I mean, I get Martinsville, short track, bumpers, and, moving people and for position and stuff. But, I mean, 3 laps down there, no really freaking need for it. Racing somebody on the lead lap, moving them out of the way. But what do you do?
All right, well, that was the 22 car, Diesel, who had the fastest Ford as far as finishes here today. Put that blue oval in front of the 17 of Fluffy. I am actually kind of sad we will not get able to talk to Fluffy. I would still invite him. I just want to get his reaction right there. I don't know if
I'm gonna invite him in here
because that is a storyline. That is the biggest storyline. Yeah. And
I doubt old Fluffy's coming in here to talk. To be honest with you, boys.
Yeah, we'll try.
Yes.
Oh, so there it was. So that was the reason why Workman was able to get the lead right there, guys, was the fact that the 17 car did not pit.
Maybe
He forgot to pit.
704 will give us what we want exactly next year to make this broadcast a little bit easier, where we can, follow some of the developing storylines on the race. I hate that we missed some of the actual. We pretty much got a guess on half of it, but
this was a tough race to broadcast because everybody. Considering the blistering pace that the 17 car put down, we could not keep up. We ourselves in the booth couldn't keep up with the speed that the 17 car was showing on the track. It was
looks like
insane.
Somebody cut the roof off and dropped 30 cars down there.
All right, guys. Well, we are looking forward to the next race, which I heard was Vegas here. Going to be out in the desert. Who will Lady Luck have on their side on that 1.5 mile racetrack?
I don't know. I'm looking for some of these cars to bounce back. That's had a couple rough weeks, like say the 19 car. He really had a rough night.
Joe Gibbs Racing really did.
Oh, here we go. Number 17 car, Fluffy. So dominant, man.
Oh, yeah. This is an interview. I did not want to leave the broadcast without at least attempting to get an interview there. Fluffy, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It didn't happen. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not really going to comment. I'm just really pissed, honestly. Had a really fast car out there, dominant car, really don't matter, honestly, because every single race is probably going to be a damn fuel strategy race every damn time. So, better make a fuel strategy car for next week, because, next week's going to be fuel strategy there. So, I'm not really surprised, so I'm just going to shut up and not say a damn word about it and just go on about my day and go into next week.
You definitely had the speed today, and you definitely showed that you're definitely going to be a factor with this championship there. How do you take the disappointment from this race and focus on the positives from this race and move forward?
Well, if we don't get screwed by damn fuel strategy every race, I think we can manage to go into the championship really confident. But if we keep getting screwed out of fuel strategy, then I don't know. I don't know what our future will hold for the playoffs. But it's pretty damn ridiculous that we have to sit here and play damn fuel strategy every damn race, And so it's frustrating. It's pretty screwed up. But, everybody's going to sit there and say it's part of the game, but whatever, So, screw it. We'll go into next week at Vegas. We won't probably bring the fastest car. We'll just probably bring a car that has a fuel-saving gear. And, start in the damn mid-pack. So.
Well, you do have Sonoma coming up in a week after that, too. So, that's.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Somewhere, some way, somebody's going to figure out how to just save fuel, and win the race by fuel strategy. But, hey, it's okay. I don't give a damn. That's just part of racing. In some people's eyes, to me, that's just, sorry, I'm going to say this, but bullshit, literally. So that's just how my feelings are about it. I'm not the happiest person in the world right now, but I'm pretty damn pissed.
Well, I do appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, because you did have a dominant car there, and that was something that we did not expect to see out of the 17 car falling out with 6 laps to go. But thank you there. Wish you the best of luck there next week.
Thank you. You put on a hell of a show, Fluffy, man. You really did. That you had that car out in the wind, man. You definitely was flexing them muscles on that 17 car tonight, man. You definitely brought the speed to the track hard, so hard that it didn't two nights in a row. It just slips away from you, but yeah, man, you got something to feel good about, man. You had a piece tonight, buddy.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all did good in the broadcast. See y'all next week.
All right, buddy.
Take it easy, Fluff.
All right, Will. All right, Red. We heard from the 17 car. There's always going to be somebody that's just a little unhappy at Martinsville. Shocker, huh?
I've never heard Fluffy say damn 30 times in 5 minutes before, but they set the track record tonight at Martinsville. That's in 2 different ways, I guess.
That is somebody who will be very happy to leave that paperclip oval.
Well, hey, that's short track racing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that.
It is.
I really
the
hate to see a
person
dominant car not win.
that is dominant. That's why we watch week in and week out. It's not just to see a dominant car. It's to see who can perhaps have the best strategy, who has the best type of being able to save fuel. And the three workmen was able to do just that. So I want to give a congratulations out to him on his first ever PRCS there win. I want to thank everyone that's been able to watch this, not our best broadcast because we are still trying to figure out exactly what lap and, where the scoring order
We're
is.
blind leading the blind here.
Nonetheless, it was a great ride from start to finish there.
I'm going to have to get most of my yard for just $20 out of you, Alex.
Yeah. I want my $20. Congratulations to the three of C workmen here. I'm going to start and ending this, guys, because it is definitely late. I know it's already almost 11:30 on the East Coast there. So thank you guys so much. From all of us here for the Midnight Broadcasting Network, I want to thank Pocono Raceway and Ronin Imports and everybody else in between that helps give us you guys.
Congratulate Travis Braden on his win this week at the I think it was a Winchester 400 as well in a late model. So good to see Travis Braden running good in the late models. He's one of our supporters up here at Midnight Racing as well.
Awesome. Congratulations, man. And Red and Will, thank you guys so much. It was a great honor always calling the race with y'all.
And
it's been
always
fun
with you.
All right, guys. I'm going to close it out.
You make it easy, Alex.
We are going to see you guys this time next week. See who is lucky in the desert. Bring your fuel saving stuff.
Bring your big boy gear next week. And a can of fuel.